Let's now do some politics, and key stakeholders have expressed confidence in the 120-day social contract proposal outlined by President-elect John Dramani Mahama. They believe the plan presents a practical framework for tackling pressing national challenges and delivering tangible results to improve the livelihoods of Ghanaians. Akosio has reports.
It's critical even more now than before because of what Ghana is going through. Both in terms of the economy and
President-elect John Mahama unveiled a detailed 26-point plan outlining his priorities for his first 120 days in office. The document was titled Mahama's First 120 Days Social Contract with the People of Ghana, and this was released as part of the NDC's manifesto, which was launched somewhere in August this year.
First, I will go through our 120-day social contract. The things we'll do in the first 120 days after we leave Independence Square on 7th January 2025.
Now, key highlights of the plan include the formation of what he promises will be the leanest and most efficient government in Ghana's Fourth Republic within the first 90 days in office. Now, he also pledged to tackle the economic challenges facing the country, starting with a national economic dialogue aimed at addressing the true state of the economy. Now, additionally, he intends to scrap taxes, including the e-levy, COVID-19 levy, within the first 90 days as well. But how feasible really are these 26-point plan, and how can it be achieved in these 120 days?
We were voted for by the people. We were given absolute majority to do that. And once the people voted for it, we have to use that absolute majority to give them what they want. So most of the things that should have to take place are very feasible. It has to do with some of them have to do with regulation, and I strongly believe that it's very feasible to do 120 days. Some of them will be initiated, and we do our best to complete them. Maybe plus a few days. I believe strongly that we may be able to complete most of the things that we have for the 120 days because they are well planned and well calculated.
Mary Ada of the Ghana Integrity Initiative, in a conversation, says she is interested in point 13 of the social contract, where there is a plan to institute inquiries and forensic audits into several matters of public interest, including scandals.
It is good. What we seek for is accountability. What we speak for is that people who are put in places of power render that to the people who put them there. Each and every one of those had the public funds used for executing. And so for us, each little drop is very important. We need to ascertain if these were indeed used for the purposes for which they were intended. So for me, COVID remains one of the big banes of our society, and we need to investigate that. The bus scandal, the All African Games, we talk about others like the National Cathedral. These must all be invested. The Siciliada Pass of our time, Cash for Seeds, SML, and all others. There shouldn't be any exclusions whatsoever.
Now, one area described as a key sector in the country driving conversation is the education sector, and President-elect John Mahama has made provisions in his social contract promising to introduce a no academic fee stress policy and also the distribution of sanitary pads to students across the country. He also promised to hold a national conversation on education, but the question remains, will this conversation have any changes within the sector?
If you are running a policy, whether be it distributive, redistributive, or regulatory, and the policy runs for at least 5 good years, you need to go back to the drawing board. The reason being that you want to determine or find out the success story. Remember, you are channeling resources into it. And because resources are scarce, you need to find out how the policy is faring and also check whether the intervention for which the policy was put in place, those those targets are being addressed. Now, along the line, we asked for policy review. Okay, we asked for policy review, but that didn't come on. And that is an aspect, that's the low side of the whole thing, particularly of the free SHS. We indicated from the very onset that the free SHS is an excellent policy. No two ways about that. And we are excited that the President-elect, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, is saying that the free SHS has come to stay, and that is a good thing.
International community have also lauded the move by the President-elect.
Of course, in your 120-day plan, it highlights a number of areas where your interests and our interests coincide, thinking about health, education, but perhaps particularly economic growth, job creation. We want to offer up our expertise to assist however that might be useful to you. We're interested also in what you have said before the election and since around governance, around getting on top of corruption. These are areas also that matter a huge amount to the UK. They're areas where we're learning across the world how to do better.
For the incoming John Mahama administration, the 120-day social contract is part of a broader plan to reset the country. And for stakeholders, this is what they have been advocating for a long time, and will not hesitate to hold the government accountable if the plans are not implemented. Reporting for Channel One News, Akosi Auchi.